Hello and welcome back to 5 Minute Geography with me, Stephen Doyle. Each week I'll be uploading a 5-minute video explaining as simply as possible the world around us. Did you ever wonder why people live where they live? And what are the factors that influence these choices? And don't forget to stick around to the end of the video for another 5-minute geography fact of the week. Population distribution refers to the spread of people across the world or across a region. In simpler terms, it means where people choose to live and where they choose not to live. The distribution of people across the world is very uneven due to a number of factors that makes areas either suitable or unsuitable to live. There are three main reasons why humans find these areas more desirable to live in. They have a comfortable climate, a plentiful supply of fresh water, rich, fertile soils for agriculture and cultivation. It is important to realise that the distribution of humans around the world changes over time. We know this from looking at the movement of human settlement throughout history. Currently, 90% of the world's population is living in the northern hemisphere, in tropical or subtropical and temperate latitudes, between 20 and 60 degrees north of the equator. In order to explain why these differences in distribution occur across the globe, we need to look at both the physical and the human factors. Today, we'll just focus on the physical factors that influence where people choose to live. Relief of the land has a major impact on the population distribution. Areas of flat, low-lying land tend to have the highest population. Examples of this can be seen throughout the world, even in Europe, with the highest concentration of population occurring along the lowlands of the northern European plain. Outside of Europe, areas such as the Andes Mountains or the Himalayas have very low population density as they have severe climate conditions and are too steep to build on. Today, over 80% of the world's population live at an altitude of less than 500 meters, as the building of settlements and transport networks is much easier on flat land. The only exception to this is hot tropical equatorial regions such as Brazil, where people prefer to live in mountainous regions as the areas are relatively cooler. For example, Rio de Janeiro. Areas of flat land usually have more fertile soils than mountainous areas. These flat fertile soils attract settlements. They are able to support the intensive growing of crops for food. Mountainous soils are generally thin and infertile, which discourage settlement. Climate affects where people can live comfortably, and it also has an impact on the crops that they can grow. People prefer to live in temperate climates. In these temperate zones, food crops are easily grown. In contrast to this, regions with extreme climates are too harsh for dense human population. Areas near rivers are more densely populated than areas without fresh water. Rivers provide fertile alluvium as well as good transport, food, drinking water, and in earlier times, defence. Some of the most densely populated parts of the world are located in river valleys. For example, the River Rhine in Central Europe, the River Ganges in India, and the River Nile in Egypt. Egypt's population is over 82 million people, and 90% of that population live within 6 kilometers of the River Nile. Areas with plentiful supply of natural resources are more densely populated. For example, Europe has a plentiful supply of resources and a high population density. Regions with large supply of resources attract businesses and industries. However, not all areas with resources are suitable for settlement. For example, the outback of Australia contains small settlements that exist only because of the presence of gold mines. The African population is growing while the European population is actually shrinking. The amount of young people currently living in Africa will make a substantial difference to the world's population. Europe, however, will experience the opposite. All European countries are experiencing fertility below what's needed to maintain the current population levels, meaning that not enough babies are being born to replace the generation before them. As always, I've been Stephen Doyle with 5 Minute Geography. Please hit the like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future content. And if you'd like me to cover a specific topic, please just pop it in the comment section below.